The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2024. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the over 5,500 subscribers watching local sports, Union University, Bethel College, South Gibson County, USJ, and TCA. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee. The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2024. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the over 5,500 subscribers watching local sports, Union University, Bethel College, South Gibson County, USJ, and TCA. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
And good afternoon and welcome to Trenton, Tennessee. We've got 7 and 8-year-old boys state tournament action, and this is 7 and 8-year-old coach pitch. Coach Joe Holloway here, but you're on the BallGame Blitz Facebook page. You'll also be able to pick this up a little later on Worthy Road Studios Facebook page. It'll be archived to the Worthy Road Studios YouTube page. And, of course, this is a copyright broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for the year 2025. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz broadcast without the written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. As I told you, Coach Joe Holloway, your announcer for today's broadcast, and Worthy Road Studios does many different schools games like USJ, TCA, and of course the South Gibson Hornets. Union University's home games are all done, and Worthy Road Studios is a model for the Gulf South Conference. New this year to Rockabilly Baseball and Bethel Sports, and of course we've done boxing. We'll tell you about some more things. Some great sponsors bringing you this. FMY Orthodontics has been with us through the district and the state tournament. Coming on for the state tournament, J&B Motors. They've got a great selection of cars, and of course City Lumber, well-known name in building and lumber and areas like that, in Yukon Outfitters. We're going to tell you more about Yukon Outfitters a little later. They got all kinds of things, and we appreciate the help and the sponsorship of Gents Barbershop. And we've got two very fine teams here. We got the Medina All-Stars and the Madison American All-Stars, and this one could turn out to be another slobber knocker. It has the potential, though, to be a high-scoring game. And some kind of unusual broadcasting conditions. I'm down at field level, not in the press box. Sun kind of casts, and there's nothing to keep the sun from casting a shadow on my scorebook. And what we'll do is give you the starting lineups, and we were not provided by rosters by the tournament director, so I've gone out and done my own reconnaissance and tried to get the lineups on their own. And but for Medina, you've got leading off number 11, and that is Carson London. And the second hitting spot is number 27, and that is Huck Delegard. And the third hitting slot, number 10, Sam Peterson. And in the fourth hitting slot, wearing number 9, John Allen Crutchfield. The fifth hitting spot is occupied by Daxton Smith, wears 23. In the sixth spot, number 44, Zeke Hester. And in the seventh spot, number 17, Ben Brantley. In the eighth spot, number 4, and that is Kyrie Joy. And in the ninth spot, you've got Emmett Cope hitting. And in the 10th spot, remember you can bat more than 9, Jaden Ward. And in the 11th spot is number 7, Axton Irving. I do not know where the official scorekeeper is out of this. We got two of the finest umpires. Enjoy watching these young men work. I was never as good when I umpired as they are, and I'm not just saying that because they're here. I think a lot of them, and they got a job that, in a way, I don't want it. The home team is going to be the team from Madison American. We'll get you their lineup in a moment. And, of course, their lineup card, we know that very quickly that Joy will – well, that's not right. Let's get their lineup card that I made, a homemade one. Tylen Crawford on the mound, Hudgens catching, Grissom at first, Johnson at second, Watt at shortstop, Tankersley at third, and they looks like Watlington, Dixon, Fowler, and we'll pick up the other outfielder as we go along. The coaches were a lot of help. I want to thank the coaches and some of the parents from both teams to try to make up and help with rosters and lineups and things due to the deficiency of not receiving any rosters with numbers on it from the tournament administration. We're a little bit behind on the tournament because Friday night and Saturday got rained out. I know Friday the water was standing over here. Paul and I made the long drive over here before anybody told us the games were called off. And water stood, and yesterday conditions didn't exactly favor the tournament. But thank goodness the portable pitching mound that wasn't very portable the other night is gone. But like I said, looking forward, two good teams here. They've met before. They met in district play. Of course, you got to see Union City and Crockett the other night. We can only do field two, and we do thank the sponsors that we have for these games. And we are just about ready to play as the fine young catcher for the Madison American team. Paxton Hudgens comes up there to catch. He wears 51. And let's see if we can get everything going. There's the first pitch of the contest. And here's one up the middle. Watt comes up, shoots to first. The umpire says got him by a step. So London out, short to first for the first out. That brings up number 27, Huck Delegard, fine young second baseman who did a great job in the district tournament over there. Hits right-handed, wears number 27. And I learned the other day there's more pronunciation. Another one of our good umpires has come up here. Here's one drilled to the third baseman for the second out. Making the play is Tankersley. And score that, put a line over 5 for third base, and that's the second out in the inning. Boy, this one going quick. Sam Peterson advances, right-handed hitting player for the Medina team. Peterson plays a mean shortstop. He's a good player, just like you've got two of the better teams on the field. Here's one hit to left field. It'll fall in for a base hit. Peterson's on with a single. So with two outs, advancing to the plate for the Medina All-Stars, John Allen Crutchfield, who had a pretty good game, his last game that I got to do of theirs in the tournament. Crutchfield pops one up. Crawford makes the effort, gets it, throws to first. Ball drops, so you got runners at first and second with two outs. Coming to the plate, number 23, Daxton Smith. Daxton also hits right-handed. Hester in the on-deck circle. The pitch popped up in the air. Johnson goes back, looks over his shoulder, just out of reach. Let's see, they're going to send the runner home. Johnson's pegged to the plate. Looks like it's going to be a little high, and the run is safe. So 3 hits in a row. Smith drives in that run, and it's a 1-0 game after 2 straight outs. Runners now at second and third, and that brings Hester up to the plate. Pitch taken. And remember, you get 5 pitches in coach pitch baseball. You get 3 strikes. This one fouled off. Zeke Hester wears 44. He's up there. Hester to the catcher. Takes that pitch. Pitch on the ground, slow roller, 1 run streaking for the plate. Tankersley comes up throwing. It gets away, so that run has scored, and they'll send another runner towards the plate. And Hester will motor into second base safely. So 3 runs across after the first 2 were out. And after Hester comes up number 17, Ben Brantley, right-handed hitter. Ben plays outfield for the team. Fouls this one off towards and hits a pole and comes back into the field of play. After 2 quick outs, the team of Medina has struck. Here's one drill to center field. It'll get down and probably score a run. Zeke Hester will motor into home plate, and it is a 4-0 game. Scoreboard not working again. You would think for an important tournament like this that the tournament committee could get that scoreboard working, but they didn't. See the umpires, what a great job they do with safety, getting Hudgens' knee guards straightened out, hooked back up. Having caught a few games in my life, I know how it is. I don't care if you're Yogi Berra, Johnny Bench, some of the fine catchers today, it's tough to get those shin guards on. There's a pitch taken. Second pitch on the way. So 2 pitches taken. The hitter is number 4, Kyrie Joy. Joy swings and misses. That's his 3rd pitch. Joy, a very fine young player, very quick too. Joy hits one on the ground. Tylen Crawford up over to first. That'll end the inning, but 4 runs have crossed the plate. And at the end of a half inning of play, the Medina All-Stars 4 and the Madison American team coming to bat. We'll be back after some words on the BallGame Blitz of some important sponsors.
At FMY Orthodontics, we believe a beautiful, healthy smile is the key to boosting confidence and enhancing quality of life. Our team of highly skilled and compassionate orthodontic professionals is dedicated to providing personalized care in a welcoming, state-of-the-art environment. Whether you're looking for traditional braces, clear aligners, or other orthodontic solutions, we offer a variety of options to meet your needs. Our goal is to provide the most effective and efficient orthodontic treatment for every patient.
We are back, and I didn't do it in their half first, but I'll get the Medina coaches in the second. But coaching for the Madison American team, Clay Fowler, Derek Grissom, the head coach. He'll be pitching. Daniel Johnson and Douglas Polk. And while I'm at it, I'll give them 2 blasts. The Medina All-Stars, Chris Walker, Dave Derry, Dan Peterson, Kenneth Ward. And we're ready for the first pitch. Leading off, and Johnson, boy, he's just stroked one, missing the on-deck batter. So 1 pitch, Johnson, a fine second baseman. Where's number 2? Ben Polk will be the next hitter. So base hit. Well, a good glove to knock it down by the third baseman, but it's still a hit. So with no outs and a runner on first, trailing 4-0, Ben Polk advances to the plate, a right-handed hitter. This one on the ground. The defensive pitcher picks it up and uses good judgment, holds the ball, and there's runners at first and second. So Polk is on. And coming to the plate is Holden Watt, the fine shortstop. And on deck will be Tankersley. Polk hits one. Looks like it's going to go foul. Coach holds him up, and it does. Watt, the shortstop, hitting. You see an exchange of baseballs. Hey, it's easier to throw a good apple up there to the plate because you don't want it breaking, with those that are cut, and that one fouled off. They have a little movement and stuff, and there's nothing like when you're pitching to have a cut baseball. So a good fresh baseball out there that's pretty smooth. Pitch on the way, taken. Johnson at second, Polk at first, Watt at the plate, takes that one. This will be the fifth pitch, so something's got to happen right now. There are no walks in coach pitch. Popped up, fouled up, and this time I was ready for it. They picked up a little concussion the other night getting the starting lineup since I didn't have any rosters from the tournament committee while they were warming up. A stray ball, here it is, head on out to left center field, and a nice catch by the left center fielder for the first out. Score that F8. And coming to the plate, this is Tankersley. Here's the pitch. He takes that one. James Tankersley, the hitter, third baseman. Drills one but foul. If that one had gotten down the line, you would have seen both runners score on that one. It's a 4-0 game, and we apologize. Scoreboard is not our fault. We've got our cameras and things ready to put a scoreboard up there, but the tournament committee has not gotten the clock or scoreboard fixed. Shortstop comes up, the flip play. They're safe all the way around, so the sacks are jammed. Ducks on the pond. Runners at first, second, third. Johnson at third. Polk at second. And then, of course, the hitter that just left the plate, Tankersley, up there. This will bring number 25. This is Watlington, Wyatt Watlington. Watlington plays left field. He hits one. Shortstop knocked it down, but one run has scored as Johnson crosses the plate and everybody advances a base. Polk now at third. Watlington on. And that brings up number 1, Tylen Crawford. And there's a fan to my right. He's number 1 in her heart. He hits one on the ground. Will it stay fair? No, it just rolls foul, and everybody would have been safe, but this is a game of inches sometimes. And even though it's Father's Day, a happy mother over here to my right. Crawford, the hitter, he takes that pitch. All-around athlete, has good speed. Going to take on football. He's a pretty fair basketball player, I understand. Takes that pitch also. Waiting for his pitch. It's kind of like my cat Gizmo at home. He's very patient if it comes to catching mice. Here's one drill. Looks like it's going to get in the hole, and it does. One run, Polk has crossed. A second run streaking for the plate. And they got him. The arm was up in the air, and I think that's what got hit. So 2 outs. A second run has come in. Crawford actually scores the base hit on that, even though it was a play. Tankersley tagged out at the plate. And that will bring up the first baseman. And, of course, that's Eli Grisham. Grisham has had some timely hits. It's 4-2. Medina leads Madison. This one popped up. Will the shortstop take it? Or the third baseman comes on. And everybody's going to be safe. And that's going to make it 4-3. And now Joy's at second, or Tyler Crawford at second. Grissom at first. In a 4-3 game, this one I think we'll have a lot of runs, but it'll probably also wind up being a white knuckler. Last at bat could be very important in this contest. Paxton Hudgens, the catcher, hits one. They go to third with it. The umpire says he is out, so 3 outs in the inning. But 3 big runs have scored in this inning, and the score is 4-3 with Medina leading. We'll be back after this on the BallGame Blitz Network.
UConn Outfitters products are designed to withstand the rigors on the trail, field, and beach. Based in Jackson, Tennessee, UConn Outfitters specializes in tumblers, coolers, dry bags, and hunting gear. Our products are the perfect solution for corporate engraving and embroidery. Contact us for the best in custom hats and coaches pullovers. 731-696-5517 or online at UConnOutfitters.com.
We are back. Medina coming to the plate. This should be Cope up there. Emmett Cope. He pops it up over Crawford's head. Shortstop Watt comes in but can't get to it. So Cope is on at first here in the top of the second. Jaden Ward should be the next batter. With Irvin on deck. No outs in the inning. One drill towards right field, gets through. They'll go first to third with the runner, the throw. And the throw kind of dies on the grass. If it was a good throw, would have been straight enough to get there. So Cope has gone all the way to third. Runner at second. Irvin at the plate, left-handed hitter. No outs with runners at second and third. Medina leading 4-3. We're in the 7-8-year-old Coach Pitch State Tournament. This one hit down the line but foul. It's curving foul. Umpires on top of it. Love, like I said, these two young men, and we've seen some good ones in the tournament over at Pewborn Park and now here at Trenton. Pitch taken. Remember, 5 pitches. You can strike out. You cannot walk. If you foul the 5th pitch off, you get another one. There's another one taken. Play with 4 outfielders. Cannot bring one of them into the infield. This one popped up. Let's see if Crawford can get to it. He doesn't. He'll hold it. A run has scored. Don't hold it. And so now you have runners at first and third, the top of the order coming up there. Carson London advances to the plate. He's an outfielder. Led off, grounded out short to first in the first inning. We're in the second. Here's one drilled, and the hitting shoes have come alive, and this one falls, and another run will score as Ward crosses the plate. Six runs have crossed the plate in 2 innings. No outs. Delegard up there. Hook Delegard. This one popped up. Shortstop goes in the hole. Nice catch by Watt. There's one out in the inning, and that had base hit written all over it. He went back behind third base. Watt did to get that one. So one out. That brings up Sam Peterson, the shortstop. Swing and a miss. Peterson had a base hit and scored. This one is popped up. Gets out of play. Catcher gave it a good look. You got to love it. These young men play for the love of the game. They don't play for the big NIL money. They don't play for the major league salaries. They love the game. They hustle. Pitch taken. Here's one hit to the shortstop, Watt. Let's see what Watt does. Goes to third. Tankersley gets back to the bag for a fielder's choice force out. Score that one 6-5. That's shortstop to third. 2 outs in the inning. Here's one popped up. Crawford's got a bead on it. Crawford makes the catch on Crutchfield's pop-up for the third out. But 2 big runs scored, and Medina has 6 runs. 6-3 at the end of an inning and a half play. Let's take a timeout on the ball game Blitz.
At FMY Orthodontics, we believe a beautiful, healthy smile is the key to boosting confidence and enhancing quality of life. Our team of highly skilled and compassionate orthodontic professionals is dedicated to providing personalized care in a welcoming, state-of-the-art environment. Whether you're looking for traditional braces, clear aligners, or other orthodontic solutions, we offer a variety of options to meet your needs. Our goal is to provide the most effective and efficient orthodontic treatment for every patient.
And we are back for the bottom of the second. Madison trailing by 3. This is just their second at bat. And it looks like the hitter to lead off the inning. We'll double check it. Dixon Bridger. William Fowler will be next. Of course, Bridger and Fowler both play in the outfield. Double zero. Bridger hits it, streaking down the first baseline. He'll be safe as the third baseman chooses to hold it, and that's a good decision. So a runner on at first in the bottom of the second. That brings up William Fowler. William wears 16. Plays outfield. Swings at that one. Now in district play, we saw William really start some rallies. Sometimes even if you bat at the bottom of the order, you can. Here's one popped up. Catcher goes for it. And the catcher, Zeke Hester gets it, so there's one out. Brings up the top of the order. Ashton Johnson, the second baseman. Johnson singled and scored in the first. (6-3) your score. We're in the bottom of the second. Medina leading Madison. This is the Madison American team. Coach Grisham's pitch drilled, and boy, that one will rattle the fences over there on the left field foul line. Now, I may have given you, it looks like they have switched on me. Crutchfield catching for the Medina team. Had a little trouble with the Sun taking a picture of their lineup, as we told you earlier. No rosters were provided by the tournament administration. Tournament director was asked, but we didn't get them. London at first for the Medina team. Delegard at second. Peterson at short. Cope at third. We'll get you those outfielders in a few moments. Checking with the coaches right now. And I can't check with my phone because I took pictures of it. If you leave an iPhone out in the heat too much or in the sun, they get hot and they don't work till they cool back down. I'm waiting for mine to cool back down. Some great sponsors bringing you this tournament. FMY, let me get it right, Orthodontics, J&B Motors, City Lumber, Yukon Outfitters, and, of course, Gents Barbershop. We appreciate those, and we like bringing you the baseball. Don't have a scoreboard again. Didn't get fixed between Thursday and today. That's on the tournament committee and the host field. Boys like to see it. Coaches like to see it. Fans like to see it. Play-by-play people like to see it. But we'll try to give you the score and update you as much as possible. A lot of discussion here. And I believe looking in the rule book, be checking this out. You see the players, very nicely done, taking a knee and resting a little bit, and that's what they should do. Johnson at the plate. Polk on deck. Holden Wyatt would be after him if needed. There is one out in the inning. There's a runner at first, and that is Dixon Bridger. Of course, again, and we'll get this straight and change this, Crutchfield catching. Joy has been on the mound, but he's not occupying that space today. And we cannot get all our players, but we do know that the infield is London, Delegard, Peterson, and Cope. And my photography work's not great in this. Also, one of those deals where you sun and you try to take it off of yellow paper, but we appreciate the help of the coach. And Medina coaches, again, Chris Walker, Dave Derry, Dan Peterson, Kenneth Ward, and over for the Madison American team, Clay Fowler, Derek Grissom, Daniel Johnson, and Douglas Pope. And long discussion. Looks like the rule book has been consulted. Of course, each game has a tournament protest group. Each team has a protest member of the game. So let's see what is happening. And there is a rule discussion. I cannot hear it, but they're conferring with the Medina coaches about something. Now, I believe it's about the glove. You cannot use a fielder's glove. You have to use a catcher's mitt. Now let's see if they correct this, because actually Fowler had fouled out to the catcher. I don't know. They may let the out stand, but they will have to change gloves. And that looks like what has happened, but we'll tell you for sure as the umpires. And this is a good crew. They're going to make sure. This is a very good crew. See Coach Grissom coming up the line. They've already talked to the Medina coaches. The out has been recorded and not changed, so there's one out with a runner at first. We're in the bottom of the second. Here's one drilled to left field. Coming on, and that looks like Joy that made the catch and then dropped it, but he had it long enough to get a second out. So 2 outs. Ben Polk, who was on with a single and scored back in the first, is up there. and a little equipment repair. And like I said, umpires have been very, very good about trying to keep these young men safe. Catching equipment, not the easiest thing, and sometimes shoes even get in the way, and you try tying your shoes without some help, even if you're older and you're in full catching gear. Folks, never criticize anyone, but don't criticize catchers. Here's one smacked on the ground. Shortstop gets it up and over to second. Fielder's choice for the third out. And there were no runs. One hit, one man left on base. They score at the end of 2 innings of play. Is Medina 6 and the Madison Americans 3. Let's take a timeout on the ball game blitz.
J&B Motors, 447 South Main in Dyer, Tennessee, will buy, sell, or trade, and even finance in-house. At J&B Motors, you can even enjoy a lifetime warranty. J&B is a complete dealer with a mechanic shop and a detail shop. Just travel to Dyer, 447 South Main, or visit the website at jnbmotorsllc.com. J&B Motors doesn't care about your credit. They care about you, their customers. J&B Motors, 447 South Main, Dyer.
Back for a game in the top of the third that was moving along very quickly. Unfortunately, a check of the rules took a little while. You cannot wear anything but a catcher's mitt or a glove approved to it. Makes it too easy to catch foul balls and stuff. The out was already recorded, so that is the reason that Fowler was out. And leading off is Daxton Smith, who singled and scored back in that first inning. When they put a 4 spot, they being Medina. You have to give these coaches credit. They know their rules. And of course, you see in high school girls softball, that's not the rule there, but this isn't softball. I had a girl named Leslie Maddox who went on to catch for Lambeth University's softball team. She caught with a fielder's glove. Now, let me tell you something. Sometimes those pitchers throw, 60 miles an hour with a softball is equivalent to throwing about 85 or 90. Still more discussion. Medina will be at bat. 23, Daxton Smith, who's 1 for 1, will be coming up there. This batch of popcorn, excellent. I'll recommend it to anybody that likes popcorn. Okay, we're going to call time, and the head coaches are going to come to the sideline. The man on the protest committee with the rule book, they're going to talk about it. We'll try to keep you informed. Very hot day here. I know my cell phone is not working. It has finally come back to life a little bit. Have to enter the old passcode. Let's see if we can get some of these positions straightened out. Okay, after much more discussion and trying to keep things right, we're going to play ball. Here's Daxton Smith, one more time introduced, coming to the plate. Top of the third, as you heard the umpire doing a good job keeping everybody informed. Pitch kind of got away from Hudgens a little bit, but one pitch, remember you get 5. Swing and a miss, so 2 pitches, 1 take and 1 swinging strike. That one into the ground a little bit. Good decision by Smith not to swing at it. So 3 pitches. 1 of those 3 have been swung at. Two left. This one popped up high in the air in a high sky. And Johnson ranges over and takes it for the first out. And that's not as easy a catch as you would think because we have got a few clouds, but this could be called a high sky. Zeke Hester coming to the plate. Zeke normally catches, but he is not today. Crutchfield is catching. One pitch and a take. Lots of action, a lot of people here. 4 fields going. There's the second pitch taken. 3 pitches left. Hester wears 44. And a swinging strike. Hester singled his first time up, scored. He drills one towards the second baseman. Johnson comes up with it, throws it to first. There's 2 outs in the inning. Score that 4-3, second to first. And Ben Brantley comes up, who had a single his first time up. On deck, Kyrie Joy. Drill towards Grissom. Grissom will take it. 3-U, that's first baseman unassisted. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. And at the end of 2 1/2 innings, Medina 6, Madison American 3. Let's take a timeout on the Ball Game Blitz and Worthy Road Studios.
We at City Lumber Company of Dyer would like to thank the people of Gibson County and West Tennessee for their continued support for over 60 years.
We are grateful to our first responders, veterans past and present, for their service to our great nation. All gave.
Some gave all.
Come see us at City Lumber Company of Dyer.
Thank you again, and God bless the United States of America.
And we are back. Of course, normally my producer, director, Christopher Reason's closer to me, but kind of far away today because he's up in the press box. Press box kind of too small to house all that's needed for a state tournament. I'm down here at field level. Coming to the plate, the fine shortstop, Holden Watt. Watt was involved in a fielder's choice play in the first inning. 0 for 1 coming into this. Madison Americans trail Medina by 3. And again, our apologies. The scoreboard is not the fault of Ball Game Blitz or Worthy Road Studios. We came prepared to show the scoreboard with our scoreboard camera. This one popped up foul. Let's see if somebody makes a play. The screen made the play. Crutchfield hustled over there, but it came off the screen, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. Holden Watt, I believe this is the 4th pitch. Popped up in the air. Outfield makes play, gets over them. Thought they were going to have. We're going to have a play at second. Down, but the ball gets away from the second baseman. And there's a runner at second. No outs as Watt leads off. And that brings up third baseman Tankersley. James Tankersley wearing 17. Takes the first pitch. And I have seen, even in the 2 weeks I've watched them, these young hitters get better and better. They're a little more selective. Here's one drill. Third baseman make the play on it. And he's going to hold the runner. So Tankersley's at first. Watt is at second. Wyatt Watlington advancing to the plate. Watlington was on and scored in the last inning, or in the first actually. Crawford on deck. drills one towards shortstop. Let's see if he goes to third. Kicks it, though, a little bit. Couldn't get it up. Sometimes you can't get it picked up with the glove. Almost like a snow cone falling out of your glove. So the sacks are jammed. Wadlington at first, Tankersley at second. And at third, Watt. Crawford took a good swing, and he knew what he wanted to do. So 1 pitch, 1 strike. You get 3 strikes in this league. Kyle Ripken, 7-8-year-old coach pitch. That one high, 2 pitches. Umpires do a better job with the math than I do. They are great. There's the third pitch. So Crawford has 2 more pitches. His coach wants to give him as good a pitch as he can to hit, and he picked on that one. That one fouled off, so there's 2 strikes plus 2 takes. It's a total of 4. Something's got to happen here on the 5th pitch. Crawford looks determined. The infield for Medina ready. Fouled it off, he'll get another one. Remember, fouls are one way when you get to that 5th pitch that you can stay up there at the plate. Crawford trying to protect that plate. He took that one, and that will cause you to go down. It's the same as a strikeout, even though you really didn't. It still counts as an out. 1 out. That's going to bring Eli Grissom, the first baseman, up there with Hudgens on deck. Sacks jam. It's hit to right field. Let's see if it gets down for a base hit. 1 run has scored. And they're going to hold the runner up. They throw to the plate. Catcher cuts it off. But a run has scored. And that makes it 6-4. With Grissom at the plate. Runners now at second and third. Or first, second, and third, I'm sorry. Grissom was on first. Fouls that one off, got under it just a little bit. And I know Eli would like to have that pitch back, just like there are hitters on both teams. But I know that would love to have pitches they wanted back. Here's one drilled on the ground. It'll be the second strike foul. Tankersley at third. Wadlington at second. Grissom on at first. The hitter is Paxton Hudgens. Dixon Bridger on deck. Foul ball. So he hangs. As long as you can foul it off. Now with 2 strikes, if he swings, he must foul it off or hit it fair. Very good defensive catcher. We've seen him make here's one hit. Kind of dies on the ground. The pitcher hustles over. Goes to first with it. Gets the out. But a run scores. Runners at second and third with Dixon Bridger coming up there. Bridger singled his last time up. This one hit on the ground. Back to the pitcher. Pitcher up over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. And 2 runs did score, making this a 6-5 ball game. At the end of 3, we'll be back for the top of the 4th after this on the BallGame Blitz.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2024. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the over 5,500 subscribers watching local sports, Union University, Bethel College, South Gibson County, USJ, and TCA. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
back for the top of the fourth, and at the position that we are at, we'll find out there's subs going on right now for both teams, and we'll have to pick them up as we can. I can tell you one sub that's in there is number 99, Hudson Creasy, has come in to catch. He is caught in some of these games. Where's number 99? He's in for Hudgens. We'll see where Ben Weston, who a lot of times pinch runs, a good runner, where he will be stationed. The hitter is going to be Joy, though. Kyrie Joy, who's 0 for 1 today. Emmett Cope will be up after him. 99 for 51, I can help him with that one. Infield looks the same of Grisham, Johnson, Watt, and Tankersley. There's a pitch taken. Crawford in the defensive, you want to call it the circle or the defensive position of pitcher. To Crawford, that one comes off his shin bone, and the speedy Joy will be safe at first. And you have to either catch his pop-ups or field cleanly anything he puts on the ground, because he is like Crawford, both of them blessed with great speed. And that one, I don't know whose water it was, but it's down now. It's all right if you don't want to get it. It's somebody's. It's not mine. Here's one in foul territory. Tankersley's going to give chase. Can't quite get there.
That's yours.
Okay. Paul told me that the Diet Dr. Pepper is mine. The water, I didn't know whose it was. We had one left. This one down the right field line, but foul. 2 swinging strikes, or foul balls if you prefer that. Emmett Cope trying to hang in there. He scored his first time up. And that was 3, and that counts as a strikeout, so there's 1 out in the inning. That's going to bring Jaden Ward to the plate. Jaden scored his last time up. Drills one into the screen down the first baseline. Axton Irving to follow him for Medina. That one fouled off, so 2 strikes. Has to foul him off if he swings now to stay alive or hit it into fair territory. Hits one on the ground. Crawford goes over. He'll go to first, makes the toss, but did they pull him off? They did. It pulled the first baseman off. So you've got runners at first and third. 1 out. Axton Irving, who singled his last time up, is up there. Hits left-handed. Son playing peekaboo with us, goes in and out. And they call no pitch. And there's time from the dugout. Coach Grisham comes out. Son kind of hiding again now. Interesting positioning.
Ready, see where your runners are. No pitches.
So there was no pitch on that one. Axton Irving swings and misses. Remember, you get 5 pitches. We're going to check and see. According to what I have, 83 degrees, partly cloudy. Sun playing peekaboo behind the clouds. Popped up. Tankersley gives chase, but this one will get foul and fall about halfway between he and the catcher. Catcher Hudson Creasy was hustling just like Tankersley was. Runner giving it his all. Irvin getting down the first baseline. Runners at first and second. Hits one This one will go foul. Now he's got to guard the plate. He can, I believe, take one. Line drive back, and Crawford picks it off. Safe at first and second. 2 outs in the inning. Crawford just plucked that one out of the air. Looked like he was grabbing a rebound in basketball, and that'll bring the top of the order up. Carson London, who's 1 for 2 today. And London takes that pitch. Medina with white tops in the orange lettering. Here's one drill back to Crawford. He knocks it down. He'll go to first. And 1-3 for the third out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, or 2 hits, 2 left. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play, it's 6-5 with Medina leading the Madison American team. Let's take a timeout on Worthy Road Studios in the BallGame Blitz.
At FMY Orthodontics, we believe a beautiful, healthy smile is the key to boosting confidence and enhancing quality of life. Our team of highly skilled and compassionate orthodontic professionals is dedicated to providing personalized care in a welcoming, state-of-the-art environment. Whether you're looking for traditional braces, clear aligners, or other orthodontic solutions, we offer a variety of options to meet your needs. Our goal is to provide the most effective and efficient orthodontic treatment for every patient.
More substituting going on as we go into the bottom of the fourth. Wheels are turning. Hey, these coaches, they love their kids, but they take it seriously. And we told you we would look and see. We knew Weston Barnes was going in. Well, he wears number 10, and he will be leading this inning off. He's also a fine courtesy runner for the catcher. All these young men are outstanding. Love being around them on both teams. So Weston Barnes leading it off here in the bottom of the fourth. He'll be followed by Ashton Johnson. Also Ben Polk. Pops this one up. See, the shortstop comes on, makes the play. So 1 out in the inning. And Ashton Johnson comes up there. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Yep. Polk is on deck. Boy, here's one drill towards the third baseman. He comes up. No throw to first because he thought there might be a runner going to second base. So Johnson on for the second time in the ball game. He scored his first time. Brings up Ben Polk, who is 1 for 2 today. Fielder's choice the last time. He scored a run. This one drilled up the middle, might be a chance for a force play. And they did get it, even though it got into the outfield. So Polk on with a fielder's choice. But a fielder's choice at second base to get the lead runner, and Holden Watt comes up there, having scored his last time up. He was on in the first with a fielder's choice. 1-run ball game. Medina leads 6-5. 2 good teams playing here. Popped up in the air. Outfielder comes on. That one drops. Runner going from first to third on it. The runner at first that hit it holds up. And now we've got, and they hold it. And sometimes that is the best decision. So you've got Watt at second base. Polk at third. James Tankersley coming up to the plate. He's been on base twice. Irving, the defensive pitcher, out there ready. You can see him thumping his mitt. Crutchfield, a little change from what they had the last game I did for Medina. Here's one popped up in the air. Let's see if outfielder can come on. And it's over his head. 1 run has scored. 2 runs streaking to the plate as 24 Holden Watt crosses the plate. Also, Ben Polk had scored earlier. And now it is 7-6. Tankersley comes through. Watlington at the plate. Wyatt Watlington, number 25. 2 outs in the inning. That one hits the plate. He wisely takes it. There's a runner, though, in scoring position down at second with 2 outs. Here's one popped up in the air. Let's see if it's deep enough. Gets over the right center fielder's head and looks like a run is going to streak towards the plate. The throw headed towards third, but now gets away from folks. And another run has scored. And Watlington decides he might ought to head back to second base, which is probably a pretty good decision. And that brings up Tylen Crawford. Tylen 1 for 2 on the day. Would like to help the cause for his team and the Medina team. Here comes the coach out, and they're going to make some changes, I believe, or at least give some defensive instructions. And these coaches on both teams do a good job and talk about fundamentals and what you do and where to throw the ball. There's a lot to learn when you're 7 and 8 years old, though. And I've got to ask, even though she may not hear me, the young lady to my right, I know she's kin to one of our fine players, the man at the bat. Does she play softball? She plays too. Okay. She's an all-sports person. Tylen has a chance, slightly closed stance, as you can see. A little harder for me to pick it up down here, but those are things you watch their foot positioning. Hit to right field. Falls in front of the right fielder, and there'll be runners at, well, the runner's going to try to score. Here's the peg to the plate. Now they got a run down, and they throw it over the head of the third baseman, and the runner streaks. Crawford wisely streaks to third. Watlington has scored. I've got an 8-6 ball game now. Crawford gets a hit and then advances to third on all of the play. And that brings up Eli Grisham. Grisham is 2 for 2 today. He has not scored. And I know the coach is asking about the big wide turn to head back. I'm sure that there is, in 7 and 8-year-old boys baseball, a little bit more room. Seems like I read something about that in the rule book or bylaws. Don't hold me to it because I could be wrong. 2 outs and a big rally. There's a pitch taken. And here's the peg to first for the out. But if I have it right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs have scored in this inning. And that, if my math is correct, makes it 10-6. And we'll double check that at the start of the 5th, and we'll be back for the start of the 5th inning.
Yukon Outfitters products are designed to withstand the rigors on the trail, field, and beach. Based in Jackson, Tennessee, Yukon Outfitters specializes in tumblers, coolers, dry bags, and hunting gear. Our products are the perfect solution for corporate engraving and embroidery. Contact us for the best in custom hats and coaches pullovers. 731-696-5517 or online at yukonoutfitters.com.
And I presume we are back again. My producer director way above me could not tell. The score is 10-6. I checked my math is right. I have 10 runs. The umpire says I'm right for a change. Here's that one hit towards right field, but flashing over there with a glove is the first baseman, Eli Grissom. And, I mean, he was flashing the leather. That's what you say about that. And it was well hit. That was Hook Delgard. Peterson, the shortstop, at the plate. Crawford picks it up on one hop, goes to first, 1-3. There are 2 quick outs in the inning. And this is going to bring Crutchfield to the plate. Let's see if that is him. I believe it is. We've had some substitutions. It is 10-6. We wanted to make sure our math was right. 5 runs were scored in that inning. Medina has 2 outs, and both these teams are capable of exploding at any time. Medina, back in the first, scored a ton of runs after 2 quick outs. Here's the pitch, taken, and that is Crutchfield at the plate. Crutchfield's 1 for 2 in this contest. Hits that one on the ground. It'll be foul, though, picked up by Grissom. Good call. The umpire right on top of it. If you're watching our great shots by Worthy Road Studios, you saw the hustle by the umpire.
All right, be ready.
Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Grissom again making the effort. Hustling. That's what you got to love about all these young men. They get after it. They enjoy it. And I keep using that phrase, they play for the love of the game. Swung on, hit to Johnson, the second baseman. Johnson up, over to first. Got him by a step. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. So the end of 4.5, it's Madison American 10 and the Medina team 6. We'll be back on Worthy Road Studios after these important messages.
At FMY Orthodontics, we believe a beautiful, healthy smile is the key to boosting confidence and enhancing quality of life. Our team of highly skilled and compassionate orthodontic professionals is dedicated to providing personalized care in a welcoming, state-of-the-art environment. Whether you're looking for traditional braces, clear aligners, or other orthodontic solutions, we offer a variety of options to meet your needs. Our goal is to provide the most effective and efficient orthodontic treatment for every patient.
Gents Barbershop, a lot of help they have been on several things, including with our sponsors, helping bring this broadcast along with FMY Orthodontics, J&B Motors, City Lumber, and Yukon Outfitters. Going into the bottom of the 5th, Madison Americans lead 10-6 over the Medina All-Stars. 2 fine teams, well-coached teams. In the 5th, let's see, it will be Creasy coming up there. Hudson Creasy wearing 99. And we're ready to play. Here the umpire again signaling everybody. Fouled off. Hits a foul ball. Dixon Bridger on deck. William Fowler, or actually it'll be Weston Barnes, probably we'll see. Here's one drill to the third baseman. Gets by him to the hole. Shortstop helps him a little bit. Overthrow. And now we're going to have a play at second base, but the throw just a little bit offline. And Creasy hustles into second base. Good defensive play, though, by the Medina team. So a runner at second in scoring position. No outs. Dixon Bridger, 0-0, advances to the plate. Looks like on the re-entry rule, William Fowler has re-entered and is on deck. Here's one drilled up the middle. Let's see if they can get to it. Hey, Delgard gets over there and blocks it and keeps it in the infield, and that'll keep runners after the base hit by Bridger. Keeps runners at first and third. And that runner, Creasy, is very important to the outcome of this game. Medina trails by 4. They'll be batting in the top of the 6th. This is the bottom of the 5th. And again, we've got our scoreboard camera ready to go, but the scoreboard's not working. Fouled off. Umpire makes a great play. Thought I was going to have to make one. No more concussions for me like I got the other night. This one popped up. Crutchfield comes out. This one's going to stay foul. So Fowler's got 2 fouls, which are strikes. He'll have to make contact with anything he swings at. Top of the order on deck. Runners at first and third. No outs in the inning. Popped up. Let's see if anybody can get to it. Crutchfield makes a great effort. And the run scores. So Fowler is on. We're in the 5th. Ashton Johnson, the second baseman, comes up there. Drill to left field. Coming on, great catch by the left fielder. Kyrie Joy, what a great play he made because that ball was well hit. Ben Polk with 1 out coming up to the plate. Drills one, past the pitcher. Shortstop's going to get it and go to second for the force there. Here comes a throw to the plate and got him. It's a double play. So that ends the inning. 1 run was picked up. Makes it an 11-6 game with the top of the 6th coming up on the ball game Blitz. Let's take this timeout.
J&B Motors, 447 South Main in Dyer, Tennessee, will buy, sell, or trade, and even finance in-house. At J&B Motors, you can even enjoy a lifetime warranty. J&B is a complete dealer with a mechanic shop and a detail shop. Just travel to Dyer, 447 South Main, or visit the website at jnbmotorsllc.com. J&B Motors doesn't care about your credit. They care about you, their customers. J&B Motors, 447 South Main, Dyer.
Back for the top of the 6th, Jackson Smith of Medina will lead it off wearing number 23, followed by Zeke Hester and Ben Brantley. Daxton 1 for 2, scored back in the first inning. 1 pitch. Second pitch drilled up the middle, looks like a base hit, and it does get through, and Daxton Smith continues his good hitting. So he's 2 for 3 today. So with no outs, Zeke Hester comes to the plate. He also is 1 for 2. And this actually is 55, Cowan. Jude Cowan up there, wearing 55 today. We have also had a game where Cowan supposedly was supposed to have 99, but he is wearing 55, and he pops this one up, and a double play right there. You see the first baseman, Eli Grissom, very alertly catch it for the first out, step on first base for the second out, and there are 2 outs in the inning here in the 6th.
Come on, one more, right here.
Ben Brantley, he's got 1 for 2, takes a pitch. He's got to get on to keep this contest going. Long, screaming foul ball down the right field line.
All right, y'all be ready for it.
84 degrees, hot sunny day, sun keeps coming in and out. I think that one might have landed. We got a little mud in some places, and umpires trying to do a good job of keeping things where the kids can see the baseball coming from the pitcher. The fielders can field it, see it and field it. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Pitch inside. And again, Ben Brantley 1 for 2. Grounded out to first his last time up. Hit in the first inning. Drills one. Let's see what Watt comes up. That one's going to get away from Watt and out there, and so there's still life for the Medina team. Brantley on at first. Kyrie Joy, who had a single his last time up, and advanced to third. Joy 1 for 2. 2 outs in the inning. Has good speed, right-handed hitter. Fouls this one off. I know a lot of people mean well. The encouragement is good. Don't overcoach these kids. Here's one grounded to Watt. Holden Watt comes up. Couldn't get down on it quick enough. And they say the runner is out. So 6-4 for the put out, third out of the inning. No runs. There was 2 hits. No errors, and 1 man left on base. So at the end of the ball game, it winds up being 11-6, a win as the Madison American team advances on. And I love my umpires too. 11-6, Madison advances. Medina, I believe, will go into the elimination bracket. We're playing 4 games today. So with that, we will take a timeout and come back for a second game at this field in about 15 minutes.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2024. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the over 5,500 subscribers watching local sports, Union University, Bethel College, South Gibson County, USJ, and TCA. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.